Hello and welcome. Boxing This Week 99. Just a quick reminder before we get into it. Boxing Week 100 will be on Monday next week. Just make sure you're there. 100th episode. Pretty big deal. Just going to warn people. I fully expect my computer to overheat at some point. Now, hopefully, it won't be during the stream. If we suddenly cut off, the computer's packed it up for the day and gone to sleep, in which case the stream might just end, and in which case I'm sorry, but we are just going to leave it there. It's 36, 37 degrees. Both of us are kind of dying already, so please excuse us if we go take a drinks break or whatever, but like it's mental. We're going to try and keep this relatively quick, to be fair, because it's too hot to have a light on my face. I'm dying.
I've got two on my face.
Right. Smaller news. Claressa Shields is fighting at middleweight, super middleweight. No, middleweight, actually. She's gone back down to middleweight. Announced. It's not a great fight, but it does mean the door is again open for Claressa to potentially get in there with some of the Lauren Price, some of the bigger names. It does feel like this is a warm-up fight for Lauren Price before the Lauren Price fight, which I love. So good to see that. Other than that, not much news. So Itauma versus Hrgovic. I know we spoke about it last week, but it is now official. They've done a press conference, announcement, poster, the whole shebang. And two things. Don't normally do this because it's normally not relevant. But Jim White of TalkSport, why the hell are you asking heavyweight contender Moses Itauma if he's scared of the heavyweight that's in front of him? What a stupid question.
Never.
Even if in some bizarre world Moses Itauma is scared, do you think he's going to go on the biggest sports radio station, well, in the UK, definitely, maybe even in the world, and admit that?
Not a chance. Look, there'd be respect there between them two. But at the time, I would know that he's obviously the more inexperienced fighter going in. But still good, yeah, picture-wise.
Yeah.
The time I was still as polished about that. We're just monitoring our heat levels of our monitors, as Connor said at the start of the stream. Look, he's a less experienced than obviously Hrgovic, but no doubt he will want to relish the challenge and put on a clinic for people to really take him seriously in his rankings. They should be already, but yeah, it's a bit. I don't know. It's a bit weird saying he's saying about people being scared, and because I don't believe anyone who gets in the ring and fights professionally is scared.
No.
I just think maybe they're wary of the quality of their opponent, but they're not scared. They wouldn't get in the ring if they were scared.
No. Even if they are, they're not saying it
on
national radio. Just a stupid question. I just wanted to bring that up. Hello, James Jameson. How are you doing with the heat? Hopefully better than us. If I remember correctly, you're a little bit further up north, so it might not be quite as bad. But still, I think it's bad for everyone. Moses Itauma versus Filip Hrgovic. Filip Hrgovic looks like he has no respect for Moses. I think this is the first guy I've seen coming in there and treating him like a man.
Yeah.
It's not to say that other guys haven't come with the intention of winning. Like, I do believe Jermaine Franklin Jr. tried, but Jermaine's style was never really going to work for him against Moses. Hrgovic is pretty solid all round, but light-handed, it's a great test. Yeah, it's a really good test. If Moses can get Hrgovic out of there, then we know Moses has power that's better than or... All right, no, I'm interrupting myself. Go away. 18 degrees. I've never been more jealous of 18 degrees in my life. We're at 34. Oh, hold on.
I am 2 hours away from Connor, and
Okay, I can't even show you, but it's
weather in London is it's just creeped down to 31, and for noise purpose reasons, I'm dying right now. But yeah, sorry, carry on.
I hit 37 degrees today.
Nearly hit 40, so that was fun.
Fair play. Can't win that. Well, to be fair, one of my mates works in the kitchen. He's on an 11-hour shift behind the grill in this heat. So that's anyway,
50
look,
degrees plus.
Yeah, we won't be too British. We won't talk about the weather for an hour, but we have to mention it. It's in the core nature of our being. Look, Hrgovic, all-round good fighter. Doesn't have any real weaknesses. I don't think he's got any massive strengths either.
No.
I don't think he's like... His hand speed is... I think everything about him is good. Nothing great. Everything's good. Maybe his chin. His chin, I would say, maybe is great. That man has eaten some shots that are a little bit unholy at times. But I think Moses will have too much for him. But I think really what this fight is just doing is just proving... I think it's more proving to Moses that he belongs there. Don't get me wrong, Moses Itauma is not doubting himself. I'm sure he thinks he could beat Usyk right now. But there is a mental thing of you have to know that you belong at a certain level.
Yeah.
You beat Hrgovic and convincingly beat him. Yeah, you belong at the top. Where do you rate Hrgovic? I'd have him as a solid top 10. Right, off the top of my head, Usyk, obviously.
Fury, Joshua,
Caballero.
Yeah. Itauma's top 10 at the moment. Yeah.
I don't know. I would have Itauma top 10 after this.
I'd put Parker in there, but he's not active at the moment.
Yeah, well, Wardley and Dubois.
So
that takes us to 7?
Yeah.
6. Usyk, Caballero, Joshua, Fury, Wardley, Dubois, that's 6. I agree. Parker would be in there. Just obviously Joe Sniff. So we don't know what's going on with that. But that's Joseph Parker, that's 7. I think Frank Sanchez probably puts himself back up there. Probably have him number around 8, 9, 10. It's hard to not put Hrgovic at the bottom of that. I think he's probably number 9, number 10. Just trying to think if there's any other obvious ones we've seen, but obviously a lot of them. I mean, Lawrence Okoli could probably get himself in there as well, but I don't think Lawrence Okoli has done anything at heavyweight that proves he is above Hrgovic.
According to the WBC, Rico Verhoeven.
Yeah.
According to Mauricio.
Hrgovic is the new gatekeeper. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what he's becoming.
Is he though? Is he?
I think so. I think you beat Filip Hrgovic convincingly.
What?
Yeah.
Who's the gatekeeper? Hrgovic.
Yeah.
And he beat Filip Hrgovic.
If you can beat Filip Hrgovic and knock him out, let's say, there's no reason you don't go and fight for a world title next.
Mate,
he is the gatekeeper between world level.
Yeah. That man's gonna have some serious damage when he ends his career.
Sadly, yeah.
That's the problem.
Shame he doesn't plant his feet more when punching. There's a lot. It's all right. It's all right. There's a lot to be sad about when it comes to Hrgovic. It's a shame he can't keep his left hand up when he's finishing or exiting a counter. It's a shame his hand speed isn't almost just a tiny bit faster. I mean, you can do that with every fighter, of course, but it is a shame he doesn't plant his feet. And I don't know why. I don't know why, because it's not that it's a good way of fighting, but his chin is more than good enough. I think 9 out of 10 fights, Hrgovic can outlast somebody on grit. A great fight would be him and Wardley. Him and Wardley would be a great fight. But yeah, look, we did speak about it last week, but I think Itauma will win.
Yeah.
I just think, I think he'll get Hrgovic out of there. Do I? Oh, yeah. Do you know what I do? I do. I don't think Hrgovic's movement is good enough to get out of the way. I don't get me wrong. Filip Hrgovic did not struggle against Dave Allen before I say what I'm about to say. But I think if Dave Allen is able to cut the ring off to any extent against you, which really he wasn't, but he did once in the very short distance that fight went. That was terrible. That was a terrible, terrible fight. We spoke about it for ages though. But I think if do you know what? Hrgovic just looked way better. I'm not even going to do that example. That's a terrible example. Just ignore that. Look, Hrgovic is a great fighter. I think Itauma is just going to be too quick. I think he'll get out of the way of punches easily as well. I don't think Hrgovic poses any real IQ-based threat. Maybe experience in a harder fight if it does go to the deeper waters. I expect Hrgovic will hit Itauma. It'll be the first heavier punch that Itauma takes. I don't think that'll do anything, though. If Moses beats Hrgovic, I'd rate that as a fine win. He'd be able to call out the big dogs. Yeah. I think that's why he is the gatekeeper. He is gatekeepering world level. Hrgovic is not quite world level. He is there. World levels, he's right on the cusp. You beat Filip Hrgovic, you're a world level fighter.
Yeah.
You can't beat Filip Hrgovic, probably never going to win a world title. He's almost the perfect gatekeeper for that sort of level. But look, we did speak about that last week, so we're going to quickly move on. Looks like, do you know what? Good question. What happens if Moses starts gassing out after 6 rounds? Hrgovic probably wins. I just don't think Moses will. I don't think he will gas. I think his IQ is far better than we've seen already. Right. Haney versus Gervonta Davis. Obviously not official, not announced, but we're going to talk about it because that's what we do. It looks like Gervonta Davis is back, or potentially back, or just winding people up again. I don't know.
Gervonta Davis, if he gets back in the ring, he's obviously a problem for everyone. But it's the question of, can he do it and can he stay applied to it? Take away what happens to him outside of the ring, he is an amazing fighter.
Yep.
For boxing, I probably would say we'd like to see him back, but it always seems to be a problem with Gervonta Davis. And excuse me, because
he's got his controversies.
There seems to be something that gets in the way of obviously greatness. He could have been in some great fights. I think the time spent out of the ring is going to cause a massive issue for him.
Not sure what's going on. There you go.
Yeah. The time spent out of the ring is going to cause a massive issue for him. Am I all good?
Yeah, I think so. There was just a little bit of lagging, but I don't know if it's you or me.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So, the time spent outside of the ring is going to obviously cause issues for him, I think. The time he's, like I said to you, it just doesn't, until I see him back in active again, it's hard to say how or where Gervonta Davis is at. I could probably see him signing for someone like Zuffer purely because he's just a money man.
Yeah, he doesn't care about belts, really, does he?
No.
Stank. Stank doesn't have the best resume either. Yeah, he really doesn't. I don't know, actually. Do you know what? He doesn't when you look at the context of a lot of the fights. When you look at, best wins, Rolly Romero, which was, it depends on how you rate Rolly, really. I don't rate him that highly, but you rate Rolly Romero Romero highly, then sure. Ryan Garcia is a good win, but I've never seen a more weight drained fighter. So I'm not. I take that with a pinch of salt. Then you got De Los Santos. Yeah, Pitbull Cruz is probably his best win. I think.
Pitbull Cruz was a good fight.
Yeah, really good fight. And I do think that's his best win. Personally, I think when you consider what Lamont Roach was able to do,
yeah,
I think the only way Devin Haney doesn't beat Gervonta Davis is if it's at a weight that's too low for Haney.
Yeah.
I think, look, 130 pounds, 135 pounds, Gervonta Davis knocks Devin Haney out. Devin Haney just cannot move, get out of the way. He just does not. He should never have been that weight after his sort of 25th fight. That he should have moved up immediately. They stayed there way too long. Just about got away with it, but stayed there too long. If that fight somehow happened at welterweight, Devin Haney, I think, beats him, and I think does it not easily, but like Devin Haney would, I think, outbox him. Lamont Roach outboxed him. Inactivity is the worst thing for a boxer. Yeah, that's what you were saying, Paolo. I think most of that came through, but the inactivity that Gervonta Davis has is also it's worrying, isn't it? Realistically, I want Gervonta versus Shakur. Weight-wise, skill-wise, everything else-wise, that's the fight that makes sense. I think that's two superstars. I think you've got the best two. I mean, Gervonta's technically 135, I think, when he comes back. So, yeah. Now, Gervonta already seems to have come out and said the Devin Haney fight probably won't happen because he's not going to let Devin come in the ring at 160 pounds, which obviously sounds mental if they're fighting at 135. But if they're fighting at 147, then that's not that bad in terms of rehydration. Like I don't know. I don't see the Haney fight happening. If it happens, let's say it happens at a catch weight 140 pounds, who wins?
What, Haney and
Javon Palumpa.
Javon Palumpa.
It's the best thing Conor Ben's ever said.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Haney just purely because he's more active.
Yeah.
Genuinely. I mean, look, I'll give you the comparison, yeah. To fight at a very, very top level, which Gervonta Davis has done, Haney's doing. Look at somebody like, and I make the comparison, look at someone like Adrian Broner. Yeah?
Yeah.
Funniest geezer on social media now, but look at what inactivity's done to him in the ring. Do you know what I mean? And the reason I say that is because I'm not saying Gervonta is going to blow up like Adrian Broner, but there is an element of rust there which he will have. The training camp, just the actual fight itself. He's probably going to need a warm-up fight before he fights Devin Haney. But Devin Haney's fighting at a really elite level and consistently as well. And as for that matter, I would say Haney.
Yeah, that's fair. The only weight at 140 I think Gervonta wins is if Haney's too weight drained.
Yeah.
I would much rather see Shakur than Gervonta. Or Gervonta, sorry. I'd much rather. I think that's a much better fight. Let's talk about Liam Paro beating Lewis Crocker. Decent fight, lot of holding. It was actually today. It was this morning. Now, I've only seen highlights. I'm going to be honest with you. I've not had time to watch the whole thing, and I got my times wrong. I, for whatever reason, saw it as the Australian time, so I thought it was going to be this evening, and just did not realise that obviously that's not the case. So I got it wrong, but I did see the highlights. Liam Paro is now a 2-time world champion, which is kind of mental.
Yeah.
Like
it. Do you know what though? It's interesting because the thing is, I'm more looking at how it opens up the next opportunity, who is going to take that?
Well, I think
Liam Morris-
pugilism has just put it in there. I think Keyshawn Davis is going to start taking off the 147.
Yeah.
How weak is that? Right, and this is a mental thing to say, right? Especially when you think about what the welterweight division has been over the years, recent years as well, where we've had Crawford, Spence, Pacquiao. More recently,
apologies, guys.
That's right. More recently, Jaron Ennis. Now, look, the champion is Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney's a great fighter. I think he is, especially at 147. Then you're talking about Ryan Garcia, who is a good fighter. But as world champions go, I still need to see a lot more from Ryan Garcia to say that I think he's anything above good. Right? I think Mario Barrios is a world title win. Yes, you did your job, and he did do his job very well, and he was clearly levels above Mario Barrios, but I'm just not impressed by that. So you're really saying that Conor Benn is the other best in the division because Crocker just lost. So Crocker was not what we thought, sadly. Liam Paro is a very good fighter, but do you think Liam Paro touches Devin Haney? I don't think so. And then you're saying Rolly Romero, who's basically not around. Brian Norman Jr., Jack Catterall is a great fighter, but again, probably need to see a bit more. So Keyshawn Davis could go in there and clean them out. Him and Devin Haney is a very competitive fight. I love that fight. And I hope that's the fight that does get made. Obviously, there's been back and forth. Keyshawn versus Devin Haney, I think, is a brilliant fight. And then the winner of that, just go and clean everyone else out. Like, I know we have seen Haney Garcia, but we haven't really. We saw Haney versus a overweight, juiced up Garcia.
Yeah,
and that was a weight drained Haney against an overweight, juiced up Ryan Garcia. So I just don't count that as anything.
I don't. But do you know what though? I think styles make fights. Yeah, despite the little bit of juice that he had. I don't think Haney. Do you know there's certain fighters? Yeah, like Haney. Haney is a better fighter than Garcia.
Yeah,
I think Garcia beats him again.
Nah,
stylistically, Haney's not known for knockout power, right?
No, of course not.
He's over boxing, but Garcia puts a lot of pressure on fighters. He's not a better boxer than Haney, but what he will do is put pressure on Haney, throw him off his game plan. I think if you do that with Haney, for him to get into a fight, it's very difficult. Stylistically, I think Garcia's got his number. And only time will tell when they fight again because at the moment, the thing that he's got to say over him is, it was a juice. But I also think they won't fight again for that reason. I feel like inside, Haney knows that he will lose to Garcia again. So he can live off this thing of, I fought him, but he was on the juice.
Okay. First of all, I like the Crocker versus Tiger Johnson. I just brought that up. I wanted to say that. I think that's a really good fight. Liam Paro can. I'd like to see Paro do a unification. With regards to Haney and Garcia, I don't think Ryan wants the rematch with Devin Haney.
I think no. Do you know what?
Do you know how bad that looks?
But I think Ryan's the A side.
Selling power. Yeah. But I don't think it's one of those fights that I don't think it even matters.
No, but I think Ryan generates more money than Devin Haney.
Yeah, 100%. Easily. It's Garcia versus Haney. It's not Haney with Garcia.
There'll be three potential reasons that that fight doesn't happen again. Like you said.
I think Garcia's the one that won't want that.
I think you've got to look at, but to be fair though, if I'm Garcia, I can go and fight Conor Benn like he's gonna.
Well, hopefully, but we ain't.
Hopefully, I mean they're doing all the talking non-stop, like they've signed contracts, but nothing's officially come out. I don't believe.
Nope.
And he can go and make some serious money, right?
Yeah.
But that kind of seems to be the be-all and end-all of decision making now. Like the belts and legacy for a lot of fighters have gone out the window.
Even the fighting for fans is not. It's not a thing. This is now. There's an extent to this, so I don't want people to take this too much. There is a downside to injecting too much cash into fighters' pockets.
Yeah,
and it's obvious, but it means it's harder to get them back in the ring. So, the minute Conor Benn made 45 million across 3 fights, 2 against Eubank, 1 against Regis Prograis, who's washed up, Conor Benn became a very difficult man to get in the ring. Regardless of the fact that, I don't want to be rude, but Conor Benn has not done much in his career. The peak of his career is beating Eubank Jr.
Eubank Jr.
Yeah, that's the peak. And that, by the way, that's a great peak. He sold out Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
It's a great peak commercially, but legacy-wise,
there's no belts. There's no legacy win, really. I mean, it's their father's legacy, for being honest.
Yeah.
Like, so when I'm looking at Conor Benn, I'm like, boxing has got to a point now where it allows guys. Conor Benn is a special case, but there are other fighters like it where it allows them to make so much money now. They don't actually have to get in the ring and take the fights that the fans want. So I'd like to see Benn versus Garcia, because I think that's 2 good fighters who I think are at the same level fighting. And then the winner of that, I'd love to see them fight Brian Norman Jr. I think Brian Norman Jr. is a higher level fighter than those 2.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I'm glad he got brought up here. We can get Paro. Yeah, Haney could go up to 154, and then I'd love to see Haney Boots. And we are going to talk about Boots, of course. Got a huge fight this weekend.
You know what, though? Just very quickly, I wanted to say something. When you're talking about the fighters that look to capitalize on legacy fighters, and I said a lot of people go for money rather than legacy, I do have to give one shout out to somebody who could have easily spun a mad narrative, but easily spun the web of what he's doing. And that is Muhammad Ali's grandson.
Yeah, big fan.
He actually turned down a deal. Funnily enough, obviously, he's in a court battle with them now. But before that, he turned down a deal with Zuffa, where they offered him a lot of money prior to that court battle to sign for Zuffa. He's come out and openly said that he wants to create a legacy. He was offered big money fights, turned some of them down because they didn't make sense to his career for legacy. Nico Ali Walsh, I thought I'd give him a shout out because, to be fair,
big fan.
He's not the best, but he's tried to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. There's nothing wrong with being a good fighter. It's just when you're a good fighter that talks like he's better than he is, and it's like, come on now.
Yeah, do you know what the tough thing as well is? When to be fair, the problem he's always had though is if he's being of a volume like that, and it's the same with Eubank and Conor, right? Yeah. Eubank Jr. and Conor, they've come into the sport and not really achieved a quarter of what their fathers achieved so far. Albeit Conor Benn could technically still go and do that, right?
Yeah.
But Nico Ali Walsh was either going to have to burst onto the scene, or he was just looking average, and average would have still been the negative lookout on his boxing because essentially somebody like that, everyone goes, when he first made his debut, really excited. Everyone's like, it's Muhammad Ali's grandson. Won a first couple of fights, then he lost a fight early on.
17-1.
17-1. But not really for anyone of massive notoriety, obviously.
Sorry, I'm just way off. He's 12-2-1. So I don't know what I'm on about.
17-1. Yeah, but not.
That's well off.
I thought it was more, to be fair. But
yeah. Oh well.
No,
he's also had a no contest. He's had a bit of a weird career, but sorry.
I mean, maybe, like I said, I just thought I'd give him a shout out because at least he's trying to go down a legacy route, win or lose. But it is a shame for someone like him because, like I said, big pressure, big boots to fill, the biggest boots to fill in boxing. So,
but also impossible. Just for a bit of context for you then, James. He's signed to Top Rank, which isn't a massive surprise, but he signed to Top Rank. He's a good fighter. He is not. So I would. He is a good fighter. He is not going to win a world title. I cannot see that happening. I think if he was British, you'd say there's a chance he'll get a British title. It depends. It's a hard division, but he's got good people around him. He's really, really liked. Terence Crawford speaks highly of him. He gets a lot of help at like Shakur. The Haney's like it, but there's not many. I don't think I've heard anyone in boxing who doesn't like the guy.
Yeah.
He's currently at court with in a legal battle with Zuffa, trying to stop them from rewriting the Muhammad Ali Act, which obviously means more to him than it does anyone else, but it's also an extremely important part of boxing. He's a really good guy. He probably should have taken the Zuffa bag, but given what they're trying to do, he was right not to. Marcus Frazier, Conor Benn, Eubank Jr., and many, many more. Yeah, I mean, Campbell Hatton, Hasim Rahman Jr. There's an endless list of fighters that have stepped in the ring.
Yeah, Hasim Rahman Jr. was the mad one because didn't he go and make his YouTube debut?
Yeah, he did on.
I lost against Jake Paul.
I don't know if he fought Jake Paul in the end. I don't know, but he's a weird one. But there's loads of them. There's loads of them.
Campbell Hatton's making his debut on Misfit soon.
He is, but Campbell Hatton's not even English title level. I'm by the way, shout out to Campbell Hatton. He did an interview this week talking about mental health and his dad and obviously suicide. And it's heartbreaking to listen to. Heartbreaking, but it is nice to see him say that he's enjoying life again. He's a really nice guy, Campbell Hatton. He comes across really well. So I hope his life does get better and carries on the way it's going now. But most of these guys are all right. There's a lot of them. And you're right. It is almost impossible to fill those shoes. Nico Ali Walsh has no chance. You cannot replicate or repeat, and never there's no point talking about topping what Muhammad Ali did. But Conor Benn, I think, will probably come the closest.
Yeah,
because I think he'll probably pick up a world title. I don't think the division's is really strong enough for him not to. And he's basically in his prime when the division's a bit weak, so he should be all right. But look, just give us Ben Garcia, Keyshawn versus Haney.
Yeah,
Rolly Romero versus Jack Catterall.
Yeah.
And Liam Paro versus anyone. Not too fast, to be honest. I like Liam Paro, but let's not pretend he's not going to be a champion for too much longer. The IBF is a swing belt at welterweight. Whilst talking about fights very quickly, it should be mentioned Joe Cordina didn't get a visa. He's been denied entry to America, so he will not be fighting Abdullah Mason on next week, July 4th, I think. July 3rd, 4th. I think it's next week. So he's not able to go to America. So instead, Abdullah Mason is fighting late replacement Bell. I think it might be Bell. Hold on now. I'm going to get the right name. I'm not going to. Let's get this up. Shame for Joe Cordina. Not sure why he didn't get visa entry. I don't know if it's one of the stupid ones. Albert Bell on July 4th. I don't know why Cordina couldn't get a visa. I don't know if it's the American thing at the moment where if you've said anything about anyone who's American, you just can't get into the country. But
yeah,
it's a shame for him. Right. What we've actually been waiting to talk about. Xander Zayas versus Jaron Boots Ennis.
Huge fight, man.
The number 1 versus the number 5 in the division. 5 in the division, something like that. Weirdly, the number 1 not being the champion, but Fine. First of all, and I mean this with all respect, does Xander Zayas have any chance of winning?
They've always got a chance. It's not high, but they've always got a chance.
Yeah.
Listen, Boots Ennis is on a collision course for something that, unfortunately, this is going to be a stepping stone for him. If I'm being brutally honest with you, like I'm not even going to sit here. I'm not even going to sit here and pretend as the fight how he's going to win, how he's going to. Boots Ennis is going to do what he does with a lot of people at this level, and it's play with his food.
Mm.
And then when he's finished, he goes and but
I don't know if that lagged only for me, but potentially that cut out.
We here?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're good now.
We all good? Let us know in the comments. Did everyone let us know we're all good?
Yeah, I think we are. I think we are. It's fine. It's just internet.
As I was saying, yeah, Boots Ennis, stepping stone.
I think it should be. Boots Zayas, expect the Martin Albright odds. Both Boots and Martin are overrated at under 500.
They're like the American odds. That's the way the Americans do odds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what's mad? I've always wanted to know this. Yeah. So Americans do odds like this, and we just do them slightly differently. Although it's probably all the same maths, but how we look at odds is mad. Like 25-1, 26-1. That's literally split, all of that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure you must have a similar opinion to me, Connor, on this fight.
I do. I think Xander Zayas could win it, though. I don't think he will. I think
you got You got to give him his respect.
If Boots is what we think he is, I think he'll do something incredible on Saturday night. I think he'll make Xander Zayas look far worse than Xander Zayas is. Xander Zayas. Sorry, I keep been saying that wrong for ages, and I heard commentary. I was watching some highlights of him earlier. Zayas, but Xander. The only part of Xander's game that I don't think will work is he likes to sit in the pocket and he does get hit in that pocket.
Yeah.
You can't do that with Jaron Ennis. Equally, Zayas has he's a very composed, very calm fighter. He doesn't rush anything. Jaron Ennis's erraticness might not get to him. You know, he might not break the rhythm. Zayas will make a case for the win going to the cards, but Vegas odds won't pay up. Like, oh, yeah, well, there is that. I think it's far more. I think. What do I think Ennis will stop him late. Zayas has to knock out Boots to win, or TKO. Yeah. I think I don't. Oh, I don't know. Look, I think Zayas will have to be perfect for nearly every second of every round.
Do you know what, though?
We'll start the fight slow, because I do think Jaron Ennis will appreciate the fact that this is his first proper fight at 154 pounds.
Yeah.
And I think he'll take a few rounds to warm up and work out what he's dealing with. He'll probably, in a weird way, want to feel the power of Xander Zayas. So just to know what that 13 knockouts from 23 wins.
We sat, yeah.
It's okay. Listen, it's okay.
Completely different. But we got deja vu. We sat here a couple of weeks ago. And you can't underestimate. And Zayas is obviously a much higher level fighter than the comparison we made a few weeks ago. But we sat here and said that Usyk's going to play with his food against Rico Verhoeven.
Oh, yeah, this is different, though.
It is different, but even more of a case of I'm very well aware that potentially, like pugilism said, Zayas has got to KO or TKO. There's a possibility he can do it, but I feel like with this one, I'm certain. I was certain with the Usyk Verhoeven one. I was wrong, completely wrong.
Yeah.
But Boots is not out of his prime. He's scheduled for. He's doing big things. Honestly, this is going to be a stepping stone for Boots, and that's all. With all due respect to Zayas.
I don't see it that way. I'll be honest. I think this is the coming out of both of them. This is either Xander Zayas is going to prove to us he is boxing's next big thing. We've just not been paying enough attention to the youngest unified world champion.
Yeah.
I just think it's more likely that Boots shows us, yeah, that ain't the level that's going to beat me. I need a Virgil Ortiz or a Sebastian Fundora. Those are the two that you can put me in there. Or even Errol Spence.
I'm even saying to you, if Boots goes and beats Zayas, beats Fundora, beats Spence, like, I've been sitting here thinking more into the future, but where would he go from there if he cleans out?
Well, he thinks he can get to 168. So that's another 2 divisions. He would clean out 160 already. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
I don't think 160. I think middleweight is the easiest division. With Janabek gone, overheated, shut it down.
Oh dear.
Well, that's my camera gone. So I might be. Is that my camera? I hope that's the camera. Yeah, it is. Okay, sorry, people. So I'm just going to have to be a voice for now. Apologies. I did warn you that this stuff might happen. At least it's not the computer. Let's just hope that's not broken. Well, it shouldn't be broken, but Christ. That's how you know we're not making it up. It is hot. My room is hotter, to be fair. I feel bad for the camera. Let's get a little virtual background going just so you can see. Oh, no, do you not? Right, anyway. No, we don't have to do that. Right. For the remainder of the episode, there's not too long left anyway, but I'm just going to be a blob. You're just going to have to hear me, not see me. I can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, look, I think 160 with Janabek gone. It's just easy. I just think Boots will clear that no matter what. So 154 is what it's at. 154, you got Zayas this weekend. You got potential Fundora, Tim Tszyu, Israel Madrimov, someone very, very overlooked. The bloke's only lost to Crawford and Virgil Ortiz Jr. And the Virgil Ortiz Jr. fight was close. Yes, he did lose in unanimous decision, and he deserved to lose. But both his fights with Crawford and then Virgil Ortiz were close fights. Like, for me, I'd say Virgil's the best. Then you go Fundora, and then I'm inclined to say I'm thinking Madrimov. Then Zayas, but you got Tim Tszyu, you got Errol Spence now back. We'll see what he's like, obviously, against Tim Tszyu.
Well, Errol Spence is back, and Errol Spence is not looking past his fight.
No, of course,
he's only just come back, and he's already hinted at retirement.
Yeah. Look, this might purely be he's come back. He's going to make a little bit of money, well, a lot of money.
Yeah.
He's going to knock out Tim Tszyu because Tim Tszyu's a good fighter, not a great fighter. A prime Errol Spence. I mean, Tim Tszyu would be lucky to be in the ring with prime Errol Spence. So I'm sure there is the potential that Errol Spence just wants to finish his career with a win, good paycheck, nice, see you later. Because currently everyone's memory of Errol Spence is against Crawford. So he does get to just change that story a little bit. But equally, if he gets a taste for it and he thinks this is one of the top guys in the division, and he does what a very good Errol Spence would do to Tim Tszyu, then I think Errol Spence is back in the division. I don't know if he's back to his prime. But look, Jaron Ennis has just so many fights at 154. He's 28 years old. Josh Kelly there as well. The sky is the limit, but this is his hardest fight, and I think this will be the defining moment of Jaron Ennis' career. This is where we work out just how good he is, because this is the first time I think he's fought a legitimate world title holder, a fighter that is so desperate to win because he also needs to prove himself as not just a young fighter that's basically benefited from a division clearing itself out. He's now fighting someone who is hungry, young, and wants that win just as much as he does, and also skilled. Xander Zayas has a lot of skill, so I'm really excited for Saturday night. We are not going to go live because there is, DFC 12, shout out DFC, on the Sunday. I'm not there, but Paolo is there, and a 6 a.m. stream is just not sensible. And I'm not streaming because to be honest with you, I can't. I need to be up relatively early on the Sunday.
I will say one thing, guys. Follow DFC season on YouTube. We are doing DFC. For those of you who don't know, is your local boxing show that's picked up quite a big crowd on social media.
Yeah,
some big news coming after DFC 12 about just DFC and the direction it's heading in as we push on. Unlicensed boxing, but very much professional setup. Big on the social media. Check out official DFC _. They're actually going live for the weigh-in on Saturday. Some really, if you just want to see a couple of interesting weigh-ins, guys that hate each other, but these boxers dedicate a lot of time to what they do and they juggle work with it, but train like professionals. I'll be going live with them on Saturday, presenting the weigh-in with Greeny from Combat Kings, who does the UFC content. Shout out Greeny. Potentially going to see him on here soon again. That's a work in progress, but Greeny. So tune in to that DFC season if you want to watch a little bit. That's streaming from 12 o'clock on Saturday. I'll be live from the venue filming it. So looking forward to that. And then obviously Amazon giveaway as well, Connor.
And it's been on screen the whole time. £50 Amazon gift card giveaway. Make sure you're subscribed. Let us know that you're subscribed by commenting subscribed or just commenting to tell us whatever. But as long as we know you're subscribed, that's all we need. Winner is announced at 500 subscribers. We are on 423 or 424. I can't quite remember, but we are very close. So do not miss the opportunity to get involved and get your name in the hat. There is honestly only about 100, 150 names in there. So a lot of people just haven't commented. That's not us being stupid. So your chances are very good to win Amazon gift card giveaway. It's completely free to enter. Also, if you like football, or as some people be referring to at the moment, soccer, we're not referring to it soccer, but World Cup's in America, we'll give you a free pass for the next 4 weeks. We are going to be starting to produce a little bit more content from other sports. It's just going to be short videos for now. See how they go. See what hits. See what doesn't. What sticks. What doesn't. But if they start going well, we'll start really implementing the other sports side, because we have been saying that for a while now. And there's no better time to start than tomorrow. Well, now that's the saying, isn't it? That's the whole point. You don't start tomorrow. But look, there's a lot of stuff. Importantly, look out on Friday. There's going to be a full breakdown of Jaron Ennis versus Xander Zayas, all about how Xander Zayas can win and sort of the tactics he will need to follow if he wants to follow through and get it done. It's official prediction. It should be quite a good video. I've just finished the audio for it. I'm quite proud of that. So look, that'll be out on Friday. Please check out. Let us know what you think. If you hate it, that's fine. Just tell us that you hate it, please, so that we know not to bother doing it again. Right. Boxing This Week 99. We'll see you on Monday next week for the 100th show. That is still mental to say. Make sure you are subscribed, follow us on all platforms, TikTok. Anyone, if I rattled you today on YouTube, have that. Funny. If you're in this heat as well, just keep yourself hydrated and out of the sun, because it is stupid. Paolo, anything to say to the lovely people at home?
Just make sure you join the giveaway, man. It's free of charge. No strings attached. We don't want to contact you by email. We're not going to sell you something. Just get involved. It's free. What can go wrong? We're not that far off subscribers now, so it's really, we're holding on to money here that we want to give away. So,
True.
feel like the banker from Deal or No Deal. So yeah, just yeah, man, and appreciate it. Obviously, on the back of what Connor said, our 100th show is coming up. 99 shows we have done of Hooks Casuals, which is mad to say.
That is mad.
We've had streams of 15,000 live streams, watch-alongs. When we started doing this, 1-2 views on the videos.
Yeah,
it's gone up. We've got people coming back every week. Shout out to Pugilam, James Jameson. There's a few others. There's a few other usual suspects that are joining us. We couldn't do it without you guys. And as hot as I am right now, I'm sitting here doing a stream for you guys.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it.
So after this, I'll be going for a cold bath. And we will see you next week for Hooks Casuals, which will be on Tuesday, as I am away on holiday for the week from Wednesday onwards. So we'll be going live on Tuesday. A bit dysfunctional this week.
Yeah.
So we do apologise for that. But a week after next, we'll be back to normal time, Thursday, 7:45. I just thought it was important to mention that, Connor.
Yeah, no, of course. I've been saying Monday, so I got that completely wrong. All good. Right, people, have a good rest of your week. We'll see you Tuesday, not Monday, Tuesday. And yeah, just stay out the heat.